memory. And let me know, can you see this pyramid moving up at all?
I just see like darkness around me right now. Like I'm off the ground.
Like you're in space, maybe?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
dark.
All right. So this Merkaba is going to take you to the first memory that you have, the first time you were involved in the SSP program is going to take you there. It's going to take you there. This pyramid is going to slowly come to a stop, and it's going to come down, down, down to the ground. Be there now. Tell me what you see, sense, and feel happening around you. And has it landed on the ground?
No.
What are you doing? Are you in the Merkaba?
I'm in the Merkaba, but I'm still in space between where I'm going.
Do you see movement around you? Are you traveling?
Yes.
Okay. Do you feel comfortable traveling like that, or would you rather be traveling a different way?
I'm okay like this. It kind of looks like a big egg.
Does it really? What's inside? Is there anything inside for you?
You just kind of float in it.
Okay.
Um,
Let's have this Merkaba take you to the first time you were involved with the SSP program, please. Let's have this Merkaba take you there now. And let me know if it's getting closer, if it's come to a stop.
it's on like an Earth-like planet.
Okay.
Everything was really yellowish, like yellowy orange.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and take a deep breath in and just acclimate into this space. Just try to look all around you, get curious, and let's see how much information you can find. Let's see where it leads you. Do you feel like this is a familiar place? Have you been here before?
It's really hard to focus right now.
Is this way not as easy as the other way?
No.
It's harder?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Wherever you are on that planet right there, I'm going to have a ship sent to you, a crystal ship, a little small ship that you can cruise around, and it's going to come where you are, and it's going to land in front of you. And tell me if you can see this happening.
Yes.
See yourself going into the ship. The ship is going to open up, and I'm going to be either on there with you, or you can be telepathically connected to the ship, whichever you feel comfortable with. And let me know what happens. Who is it? What ship comes to get you? Familiar?
This is weird. I was there for a minute. We got like into space and now I'm aware again. Like it like shot me right back to awareness.
Really?
Yeah. Like I was in my Merkaba, I was in space, and then when I went to get to that planet, everything went like yellow and kind of kicked me out of it.
Really? That's odd. Okay. Do I need to put you back under?
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine. I'm gonna record it this time. That's really well. We'll just do it the other way then. I'm not sure what's going on. we might be too advanced for that way. So I'll just take you to your ship and then you can get answers from your ship, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so just go ahead and relax. Go ahead and relax. Take a deep breath in and out. Take a deep breath in and out. And I want you to focus on your breath and your breathing. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. In and out. As you breathe in, you're going to breathe in the golden love light of the universe. From the great central sun, this light is going to enter through your scalp and fill up all your entire gray matter with beautiful love light. Take a deep breath in and out. In and out. So right now, just at the top of your head, this beautiful light begins to enter your scalp and moves across your head as it slowly begins to fill up all your gray matter, moving through bone, muscle, tissue, and tendon, the nerves, and into your bloodstream. The light surrounds every cell, every molecule, as it slowly moves down, 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 down across the third eye chakra, down into the eyes, sinuses, ears, and mouth. The light moves and regenerates as it flows, clearing and rewiring the brain, dissolving negative looping thoughts and negative neural pathways, creating new neural connections with pure, positive love light. Down, 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 slowly and warmly it goes, down into the throat, back of the neck, down the spine now as well. From the tips of the fingers, down your torso, across the back, every system and organ begins to fill up with this beautiful light. Moving down the legs, the bones, the knees, and the feet. This love light continues to cleanse as it flows. The light continues through all of the layers down to the very center of the planet, recycling all unwanted energies and using them for others in beneficial and benevolent ways. And so I would like for you to take a full deep breath in and out. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Surrender to relaxation. I ask that you exist within the frequency of wonder. Think, I wonder if I go forward, what will I see? I wonder if I go left or right, what will I feel? Exist within wonder. Now, I would like for you to imagine that you are walking barefoot along a beach right before the sun begins to peek up over the horizon. You are walking barefoot. You can feel the sand beneath your toes. You can hear the sounds of the waves crashing back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You can smell the sea salt in the air. You can feel it in your hair. The ocean breeze just brushes over your skin. And with each step you take along this beach, you start to notice the sun begins to rise higher and higher into the sky. You can feel the warmth against your skin. You can see the sea animals in the ocean greeting you. Whatever it may be, I want you to see yourself walking on this beach. And when you do, you're going to come to a little hut. And this hut is a magical hut. And when you walk in, you're going to see a huge golden pyramid waiting for you inside. And let me know, is it possible to see this yet?
Yes.
Beautiful. And when you see this pyramid, see yourself walking into it. It's going to be protected all around you. And when you're in it, it's going to shift into a Merkaba, and it's going to spin. And this is going to become invisible around you as it spins. And I want you to imagine that in this hut, there is a hallway. And when you open the door to the hallway, there are many rooms, like Alice in Wonderland, many doors. And tell me if you're able to see this.
Yes.
One of these doors is going to be the door that holds the memories to your super soldier involvement, your program, the SSP program, and your involvement. And one of these doors is going to show you your very first experience. And that door is going to be bright golden, and it's going to start illuminating. And tell me if you can see which door that is.
I can.
How far down is it?
It's like at the end of the hall.
All right. I want you to see yourself walking towards this door. And as you do, when you get close to the door, when you open it, you're going to see everything play out in front of you, and you're going to be the observer, just the observer, so you can get all the information that you can. And when you open that door, all the memories will come back to you for your highest good, okay?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Let's see what happens. Take me along and tell me everything that happens as you go. Are you walking? Describe everything as you go.
I walked down the hall and I opened the door. It's the operating room when I was born. They're they're taking me out of my human mom,
Mhm.
and two of the doctors aren't human.
No?
No, I can tell by the eyes.
What are they?
They're reptilians.
Are they benevolent or malevolent?
They're they're working with the doctors, delivering.
Yeah. What's their purpose to be there?
It's they're they're telling them what how to take care of me.
So they are basically there to save your life?
Yeah, like they're just poorly disguised, but they're you can tell. Like as
Beautiful.
the observer, I can
Mhm.
tell they're a reptile.
What features do you notice that are very reptilian?
They have big, round, black, glossy eyes that slid off the side on a barely like they're wearing masks, obviously, but they're there's barely any nose. It's just dots, like holes,
Uh-huh.
and they look like the skin looks almost like a dolphin and a snake mixed together.
Oh.
Like that's if you were to touch it. But they have like just tiny meat covered in blood and shit, literally shit. And they're putting me in the the incubator and hooking a bunch of medical stuff up. I'm like freaking out, and my mom's passed out, and she's just kind of second thought to them. Like the human doctors are still working on her, but the main doctor and the other two that aren't human are like wheeling me away.
To save you?
Yeah, like they've got me in that fucking case, the incubator,
Yeah.
but they took me
So,
away. Mom, like, well, she was sleeping.
yeah, she didn't know they took you.
Oh,
So would you have died if they would have didn't take you?
it's a program that they ran for teenage mothers, high risk teenage mothers in the 70s. It's part of the hybrid program. They've
Can you describe more about that?
they found drug addict and addicted mothers that nobody would suspect or nobody would care about really, and used their in utero uh, children as because the kids would have died anyway because the addictions, and so they mixed the DNA and to save the at risk babies, but it the there's a trade off with the galactic the like high the not human government gets to use you for shit from then on.
Use you in which way?
Anytime they need your brains, they can use like 20 and backs and shit. Um, because they saved your life, you owe them this life. So if they need to borrow you, you've agreed to it. That was part of your thing.
Is this the first time that you were taken, or when you were in her belly before she gave birth, were they still somehow using your soul, or how would that work?
They injected my spinal cord through her stomach with DNA while she was pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what fought off the infection of the addictions and alcohol abuse and
Mm-hmm.
allowed human form to survive because it strengthened the resistance to things like that.
Okay. Now, why your mother, did she ever get taken in the SSP program when she was younger?
She was a
Or
breeder.
she was a breeder?
Like she was a she was brought to Earth because of her genetics, but they had to put her into this program because if she wasn't traumatized, she'd have never agreed to it. They had to traumatize the human version of my mother in order to get her to go with this program. My
How did that work?
It's sexual abuse, mind shattering.
Mm.
They pushed her away from any semblance of stability in order to make her susceptible to influence
Mm-hmm.
and basically sign anything. She was high all the time.
So they kind of kept her sedated. Were they part of her, the reason for her being in that way?
She was
Your mom,
select. Yeah.
uh-huh.
Yes.
She was selected.
Yes.
So would she have been addicted to drugs if they didn't select her?
No. It was
Mm.
for the genetics of her father.
Mm. Okay. Interesting. So the two reptilians that are helping you, do you know if they're connected to you in any way?
They're just medical staff for the program.
Okay. Is there any other information you can get from here? Like what happened after they did that? Did they continue taking you as an infant, or what happens? You want to follow the scene and see where it leads to?
I think that's it for here.
All right, well, why don't you come back out and shut that door, come back out of that room.
Okay.
And now we're going to um, we're going to find another room, and it's going to be a time when, if you were a child and they took you or visited you as a child, you're going to get the answers for that. We're going to see if any of this type of stuff happened. So, as a child, if you were visited or taken, if it happened, that door is going to glow, and that glow is going to be gold as well, and it's going to be bright, really bright, so you can see. And let me know if you see any doors that pop up glowing.
Yes.
How many?
3.
Why did I know there was going to be more than one? Okay. Are they all near each other?
Yes.
All right, let's go to the first one. Is there anything written on the door?
It just says 1.
One. Okay, let's open that door and see what do you see and describe everything you see as you walk in. Remember, you're just the observer.
It it's the upstairs of our house in Desborough.
Okay. And
And
how old were you when you lived in this house?
5.
Okay. Look around. Does it look like your house when you were a child?
Yeah, I'm in the playroom and it looks the same.
All right, go ahead and let's move through the scene. Take me along and describe everything that happens. All the memories will come back to you.
I it's where I woke up and somebody was talking in my head. And when I looked out the window, there was 2. It looked like men there, but they glowed. Or there was just bright behind them. And that's I went out of the house to them.
How did you get out of the house?
I had to have went downstairs because I physically went with them.
All right, let's watch it as it happens, like a movie in front of you. You're gonna see yourself there, and then you're gonna see the contact and how you left and describe everything that you see. How do you leave? Watch yourself, get up and move, and do you walk through a wall or what happened?
I I'm sleepwalking, but I do go like down the stairs. Like they're telling me where to walk while I'm asleep. And they basically walk me outside and where they're standing, there's just a hole like in the air. And they like kind of usher. It looks like that one Terminator, but it's a hole in the air. Like it's all shiny and shit,
Uh-huh.
but then you just go through it.
Like a liquid metal type of thing?
Yes, but a circle in
Mm-hmm.
the air, and you can walk into it.
Like a portal?
Yes.
So you walk through a portal with them? You don't get on a spaceship, you don't get beamed up or anything?
No, that's what the bright, shiny light was something reflecting off of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're in a very boxy, like, it looks like a government building, but it looks like a military school too.
On Earth or off planet?
In the portal, I don't know where this is. It's very gray and bleak outside. Like, it,
Describe everything you see.
like it's just rows of military classrooms, and it's mostly teenage kids, but they're not taking me to a classroom. They're just kind of showing me. And then they take me to like another doctor, like a operating, it's like a theater, and
Uh-huh.
there's like those big dentist chairs, and they're hooking me up to stuff, and like they're telling, they said sorry, they have to because I'm going to need all of it. And it's just so much information. Like they have things stuck on my head, and it's like learning everything at once. Like it's just numbers and equations like pumped into your, it almost feels like electricity, but it's knowledge.
Mm-hmm. Like they upgraded you
Yes,
or downloaded you?
it actually hurts.
Oh, all right. All right. Well, you're just observing. You're just observing. Archangel Gabriel, can you just relax him so that he's just watching and not experiencing? Let me know, is your head still hurting?
No.
Okay. Um, all right. So you see that as a child they did take you?
Yeah, but I was only there for like a, a day. They hooked all this stuff up with my head and some IV bags.
Oh,
And that's all they kept saying was I'm gonna need all of it.
okay. Okay. Um, are they grays or reptilians? Who's working with you?
These are humans in spacesuits.
They look human?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like everything in this facility is a human.
Do you know where you are, where this base is?
It's off planet, but it's like it's dark and dreary, but it's all white and pristine. Like it's really fucking, I don't like it here.
Are you on the moon?
It might, it could very well be for the atmosphere. Like it, even when you look out the window, it's all gray.
Okay. All right. Well, let's come back out of that room. You want to come back out of that room? Did you get all the information you can from that?
I never made sense until now.
What?
2 weeks after this, when I was starting school, I beat up the school bully.
Uh-huh.
I was in grade 1 and he was in grade 6. It's because they upped me. He
Oh,
was he was fucking with my sister, so I beat him up.
oh, really?
And that was the first time I kind of test ran anything that they had given me.
In real life?
Yes,
Oh,
that
wow.
that has been.
Okay.
tabard.
All right. That's interesting. So you just got that memory?
Yes.
Let's see what other memories can come to you from this. Any other memories coming to you?
The rest of the time on the farm was normal. It was really just that adjustment period and my fight.
Uh-huh. When you were a child?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you ready to come out of that room and check out the other two?
Yes.
All right, let's come on back out of that room. Back out of that room. Um, and let's go to the next room. Is there another room with the number 2 on it?
Yes.
All right, let's enter that room and see what memories they have for you. What do you see next? Where are you?
I'm back in Kemble.
How old are you there?
I'd have been about 15 because it was right before I left.
All right, what do you see happening around you? What do you see? Describe everything that you see.
It's at my mom's house on top of Kemble Rock. And it's, I'm just sleepwalking again.
Okay, in the middle of the night?
Yes.
Okay,
That's how they, that's how they get me away from my parents.
how?
They made me sleepwalk
Oh,
because I
did you
would leave the house.
were you aware of that?
I sleepwalk.
Mm-hmm. Do you know that you do that?
Sleepwalk. Yes.
Mm. So what do you see happening? Do you see yourself? Are you in your PJs and you're walking in the middle of the night, or what's happening?
It's in the middle of the night and I'm walking down the road and the same two guys where you come to the end of my mom's old road are standing there. Same thing. And we're back at the school. Except this time I have to stay.
They told you you had to stay?
Yes.
For what? What purpose?
I have to do 5 years of training before I can go back.
And when you're there for 5 years, how long on Earth are you missing for?
I go home the next day.
So basically, they put you back in your bed that morning, just a few hours later.
Or just let me wander home.
But you were gone for 5 years.
Yes.
Okay. I want you to see yourself standing there with those people. This time we're going to see if we can just make a connection with them. Let's see if this is even possible. So they're going to take you. Let's see, what are they telling you? Are you asking them any questions as they're taking you at 15, or do you pretty much already know what's happening? Can you hear anything that dialogue?
They're telling me the basic rundown of the next 5 years of my life. Like, you'll basically be in military school and taken care of and educated and taught to fight, strength training, martial arts, like anything you could need, close quarter combat, science, like survival skills. You basically just do high school but off planet with like a military style uh curriculum.
Okay, so what happens next when you get there? Let's move the scene along. Describe everything that happens. Take me along. What happens next to you once you get there? And they say 5 years and they prepare you. Let's see if we can fast forward a little bit and try to see what those 5 years look like for you. I want you to see it play out in front of you like a movie, but just maybe a little fast so you can see it, a little quickly. But just describe everything that you see. What type of training do you go through? What are, how is that for you emotionally? Just really, I want you to take a deep breath and relax and just tap in to your experience and just take your time and go through everything as you can.
It The social structure feels like any other institution or school, I guess. Like the first couple of years suck because you're the fucking new guy, and like everybody kind of bullies you and fucks around with you, and but you do end up getting like a group of friends. Like as the memories are passing, I'm seeing people that seem repetitive in the memories. So obviously people that I've associated with. And then once you get to like your senior year, they start giving you advanced combat techniques, and it's no longer against humans. They're bringing in like they're basically having you fight wild animals,
Like
like
what kind?
close quarter combat with like an orangutan, just to know how to fight everything.
Okay, hold that memory. I want you to tap into that memory with the wild animals. And I want you to go look into that memory and see if you had any type of animal training as a baby. Like, were you ever in a cage with these wild animals? Did you ever go through any of that type of training?
No.
Okay, good to know. Because I know some super soldiers say that that's what happened to them as babies, but you didn't do this until you were like a senior in high school?
Yes.
Okay. And
It
what happens if you get harmed?
there's on site like medical staff facilities that make Earth look like something you'd get at the dollar store to patch yourself up.
Uh,
Like you're in gel tanks, and this was when I was 15. You're in gel tanks, uh, reverse osmosis tanks, like just they have it all.
nice. I want you to look around in your class. Is there anybody that you recognize in your life now that's there with you?
I don't, but this is only like high school.
Yes. Right. But as far as this far into it, you don't see nobody that's familiar.
No.
Okay. And who's your
People,
instructor? Who's teaching you this stuff? Do they still
it's
look
not,
human? What was that?
yes, it's a human,
Uh-huh.
but like not a nice one. Like he's wearing a military outfit, but it's nothing here. And basically, like you, with the fighting anyway, you have like 2 weeks to study how if you have to fight an orangutan, you can study the orangutan for 2 weeks, but then you have to fight it.
Oh,
If it's a
yes.
dog, it's a dog. If it's a bear, it's a bear. You know,
Uh-huh.
this is so you can fight anything.
And where do they get these animals? Do they just manifest them or do they take them and bring them there?
They bring them.
So they take them from Earth and places like that?
They're caged, yeah.
Okay. Um, I want you to tell me, where are you? Are you on the moon?
I think so.
Are you on underwater? Are you on the moon? Are you in Antarctica? What are you off planet?
Uh,
What do
I'm I'm in a building, like a government gross looking gray white building, and everything outside there's like a rocky terrain and it's gray. I I do think it's the moon, but I don't know for sure.
All right. Well, I want you to check your pockets because in your pocket you're going to have a magic compass waiting for you. Check your pockets and tell me if you find a compass.
Yes.
Awesome. So I want you to open your compass. This is a magic compass and tap it 3 times and ask it, where are you? What's your location? It's going to be some kind of cosmic GPS. It's going to tell you exactly where you are. What does it say?
Yeah, it's moon.
It's the moon. Okay. Let's see if there's any way to find out what year this is. Let's see. Tap it 3 times again and ask it, what year is this? Let's see what it gives you for a time.
1996.
Yeah. Would you have been 15 years old then?
I'd have been 17.
Okay. All right. So, what happens when you graduate from this place? Let's fast forward it a little more. And I want you to tell me what happens when you graduate.
They take you home.
Are they happy to see you go, or how do they treat you?
You're not done. You get to go do the 5 years on Earth that you just had.
Oh, right. Okay. So you get to go back in time.
Yes.
So, are you part of the 20 and back program?
5.
You're the 5 and back?
For what we do, it's unnecessary to jump that far.
Okay. And what
The train
exactly do you do?
the trainees age out too quickly that way.
Okay. And what exactly are you doing? Is your mission?
This is preparation for future events.
What kind of events?
Genocidal.
What do you mean? Can you explain?
Eventually, it all has to start over, or at least reform.
What's that going to look like?
Vast underground cities with a lush green terraformed earth.
Oh,
Humans are no longer an invasive species. They are literally of the earth and in the earth.
I see. All right. Let's go ahead and come out of that room. We got one more door to explore. Let's come out of that room. Come out of that room, and we're going to find the third door. And tell me, what do you see in the third door when you open it?
My motorcycle accident.
Describe everything you see happening.
It replays just like it does. The accident happens, I fall and flip and smash, but I'm not even really in that body at that point.
Where were you?
With those same two guys, except this time we're just in etheric form watching me crash.
And what thoughts are going through your guys' mind? Let's hear the conversation.
The explanation is this one had to be near fatal because the next step of the program is to.
Repeat that again.
The crash had to be near fatal because the next thing I'm going to do in the program is to.
What's two?
It's war.
It's going to be fatal?
I die a bunch of times. That's why they had to take me out of my body.
Oh. You're like a cat with 9 lives?
No, they separate me from this body to go fight when I'm 25, but it's much further in the future.
Oh.
They put me out of my body to take me back through and out of time. And that's when we're fighting like the big fucking reptilians. Except they only need your consciousness for the program anymore. They can put you into blank bodies, and that's what you pilot up against. They give you the best physical specimens that they can put you in, but the bodies are disposable, and you're defending the underground dwellers.
And who exactly are the underground dwellers?
That's the humans. We're fighting big fucking lizards to try and keep them out from killing the rest of the humans, because the humans got the earth back and they get a fair chance at it, but we have to defend them from the other dimensions.
Are those lizards or are they draconians?
They have a snout. They're orange. They're like between 9 and 12 feet tall. The contents of their head looks like purple and blue slime. Like if you shoot or smash one's head open or make it bleed, even it almost glows.
Oh.
But they stand like a man. Their fingers look like a fat man's sausage fingers, but um the scaly, snaky dolphin thing I was telling you about. And
Uh-huh. What else are you getting from this?
it's basically like guerrilla factions of reptilians coming down with the newly settled earth. So we ascended conscious beings can pop back and help. But this happened at a point in my life where I was still a human. So they put my human out of commission so they could take my consciousness freely.
So when you
Because
were 25 and you had this accident, you were still in the 5 program? You were still gone for the 5 years?
I was gone for 5 years during my accident, yes.
So that would be maybe your second tour if your first one was at 15, and then you're home for 5 years, or how does that work?
I was home until I was 25 from 15, so it was 10 years later. They let me live 5 years as a human.
And then how far into the future do they take you?
This is 2200.
2200?
Yeah,
Okay, so you're already living in the new earth?
yeah. There are humans.
Mm-hmm.
I chose off planet.
What do you mean by that?
We have conscious existence in many different places. When you're done, you can choose to live out different various existences in various realities. I chose before here, I was off planet.
Were you in the program off planet before you came to Earth?
Yes,
Do other people and other humanoids on other planets join this program as well?
yes,
So it's not just an earthly thing.
no,
Is the Galactic Federation connected with this at all?
no. We
What
just
what
listen.
what was that?
We just listen.
To what?
We're in agreement with most of what they say, but not governed by them.
Okay. And what about the Dark Knight that's floating out in space? Is that part of the military SSP branch?
Yes,
Okay. And is that part of the Galactic Federation as well?
bad side.
Oh, the bad side. So they're the ones that are working with the Greys?
Yes,
Okay. So what is their purpose being there? I thought that they were there to monitor how many people come in.
it's many different programs of interference.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, what other information can you get from this that they want to show you that was significant at this time for you? And what happened to you at 25 when you were there? Anything significant?
Yes, we end up getting involved in a gigantic siege, and that's the nightmares that I was reliving was the times that I died during battle in the future of this siege. So it works kind of like a player reset. When you die and you're of a higher dimension, you can simply reset into another blank. You still experience death and it's fucking horrible, but you feel the pain of being shot out of the body, and then you go back into another one. Your energetic flow state returns to its current density, and you just can go again to protect mankind. That's why it took so long and I died so many times.
Interesting. So, is there anybody in this time with you here that you recognize in your life with you now?
No,
Okay, very good, very good. Um, one last question. Are they able to show you like a movie? Um, what does the initial battle look like when Earth has to face like what's to come what does that look like? Are they showing you anything? Is this something that we're able to see what this looks like yet? I mean, I know what it looks like in space, but what does it look like when it comes to Earth?
Like Independence Day with bigger and better ships that just phase shift into our reality because they're already here.
What do you see happening? Do you see like instantly just they all start uncloaking, or what do you see?
There's a great, well, the power grid goes out, nothing works because then they know they have our attention.
Yes. Does it happen in the daytime or nighttime?
Day,
Mm-hmm.
broad daylight.
I want you to look down at your compass, tap your compass 3 times, and ask your compass, what year does this take place?
$20.99.
99?
99.
Okay. All right. So what happens? Are these benevolent ships that show up?
Yes, but when they show up, everything else becomes visible. There's a lot of loss. The casualty isn't us fighting aliens like we think we're gonna, because that's fucking pointless. The casualties are gonna be the aliens defending us from what's already here, and it gets fucking ugly.
What does that look like? Do
There's a lot.
humans start like morphine, or what happens?
There is just chaos and devastation. These laser beams from the sky are child's play to the weapons that these things have. They don't even have to shoot you. They have frequency, harmonic frequency weapons that will just change your structure to whatever degree. They can either retard your brain, liquefy you, blast a piece of you off. They can just change the resonancy which you vibrate and destroy you. Like the weaponry is beyond our even comprehension. I sound dumb trying to explain what this thing looks like.
You're doing a great job. So are you saying that there's other ships there that start shooting laser beams?
It's like a sweep thing. It just nukes everything it touches. It's like a
Is
skate.
is this the DEW technology that we're using right now to start disintegrating and nuking these places like in Maui? Is it because I heard that it was going to be our government cloaking as looking like they're UFOs, but they're going to be shooting at us, and we're going to think it's the aliens shooting at us, but it's really going to be our own government.
What the government has compared to what they have is like a pea shooter to a 12 gauge.
Can you see the difference? Can you see all the
Yeah,
peas in shot? Can you see the government trying to use their weapons? Do you see this happening?
yes. They get caught and actually start fighting alongside the benevolent ones. And that's eventually how it stops. Like I said, it does continue that there's like attacks, but you can actually see the enemy now. We're protected in fortresses, but we do win, but it's at a horrible cost. The loss of life is I it hurts to even think of it. It
Like humanity almost gets wiped out?
by yes,
Mm-hmm.
it it it's down to like 30%.
Mm.
And but
Back
by
on?
2022, 2022, it's repopulated. Like we have communities underground.
2022?
Yeah,
Okay,
20,
so that was
20 2200.
okay. All right. And what type of people do you see that survived? All different kinds of people, different colors, or who's left to survive?
Everybody is kind of a mocha color and generally thrive underground. Like we, it looks like functional ant colonies for humans. Like,
Yeah?
yeah,
Are you underneath right now? Can you see what it looks like?
I can.
Take me along. Let's see. Let's take a little walk and see what type of stuff they have down there. Is there any technology? What do they have?
You have to go in through a clean room on a big white dome that sits on top of the entrance. And once you go into the clean room, you go down like spiral staircases into it just opens into this big cavernous system, and inside is just like these perfectly smooth carved walls. It doesn't feel like you're in a cave. It feels more like you're in a future tunnel that almost like a biosphere environment, but it's all through the underground. And like you can go to a bowling alley or whatever you would normally have. It's just all underground because it's we've gotten the aquaponic gardening and everything to such an extent that you can live and sustain without buildings.
Is there a government or is anyone there to control you?
No,
What type
th-
of system do you use for money?
there's no
Like
such thing. You just,
live and share?
yes,
Hmm.
you grow what you eat what you grow, and you help the next pod over
Hmm.
because each family unit has like a, a tunneled out section that's their home. Like, don't not an actual ant farm. Like, these are livable dwellings under the ground.
Hmm.
They're just all polished stone.
And what about animals? Do people have pets still?
Yes, there's still even some livestock for milk and whatnot.
Hmm.
Um, because you can actually refract light and fresh air down into the depths of the societies.
Nice. Have people began to interstellar galactic travel yet?
Yes,
So why do some people choose to stay there in the tunnels instead of going off planet?
because some people still want to do the Earth experiment.
Mm. Is it a simulation?
Yes,
Is the Earth round or flat? And why does everybody? Is there a reason why? It's a big argument.
what?
Is the Earth flat or round?
Round.
It's round.
Yeah,
Why do some people think it's flat?
because it's bigger.
Oh.
It, they had it right when they had the maps from the like old world maps are right
Mm-hmm.
when they used to fly over and just write down what they saw. That's real. It's been changed
Mm-hmm.
because we've been throttled back on what we can have.
Mm. Okay. How do you feel about seeing this?
I've never seen or smelled the middle part.
Mm-hmm.
I can like taste burnt grass and flesh in my mouth right now.
Oh. From the apocalyptic time?
Yeah.
Oh. All right. Well, let's go ahead and pull out of that room. Let's pull back out and let's go back to the hallway. You did good there. Um, Let me know when you're back in the hallway.
Okay.
All right. Now we're gonna find the next big significant event that happened to you in this SSP program after the age of 25. That door is gonna glow for you now, and let me know if you see it.
Yes.
Where is it in location? Is it near you or is it far away?
It's a few doors down, but I'm there now.
All right, open the door and walk inside and tell me, what do you see happening around you?
It's a ceremony.
Describe everything you see.
It's back at the academy,
Okay.
and it's basically hundreds of teenage kids applauding us in our human forms for what we did.
How does this feel for you?
I it, I'm actually touched, like I like I can hear them cheering
Mm-hmm.
because they know there's like zero chance they'll ever have to do what we just did.
Oh, so what happens at the ceremony? You guys get the pictures or what do you do?
It's basically a acknowledgement and presentation of rank. I've made sergeant.
Oh, and how old do you feel there?
I'd have been about 30.
Okay, nice. I want you to look around and see, is there anyone there that you recognize in this life?
Yes,
And who do you see?
Frank Castle.
Oh, yeah? What is he doing?
He's offering me a position as an instructor because I finally got on the ship.
Mm. And what do you say? Do you agree?
Yes.
Else you say to him?
He's explaining that I'll be teaching the next batch for something that we hope they never have to use.
Uh-oh, like what?
Everything I learned.
Oh, now, curious. You see you're there with Frank and at the graduation. Is this still the same um, programs and the same mission that you are when you saw yourself in the super soldier program underwater, or is this completely different?
Different. This is just one.
How many super soldier programs are you in?
Three.
Okay. And what are these three different programs? What's the first one?
There's the one that I just told you.
Okay.
There is one that they were practicing during the Civil War with out of body experiences. And there's another one from World War II. those are attached to my consciousness, though.
Okay. And what about the program that you saw yourself with me and all that? Was that real?
Yes, that's the Starseed program.
So how do these all fit on the table? Are they all part of this big plan together, or how do they all intertwine?
They intertwine because of the agreements you made with your soul before you got here. You
Uh-huh.
We lent ourselves out to many different beings, races, entity. We wanted to try everything. That's exactly what Source sent us here for. So the reason we have multidimensional, transdimensional, and interdimensional experiences while we're still stuck in the human form is because these are all things that we've agreed to do with our consciousness. There's just not enough time in the existence to do it, so sometimes they overlap and you see them.
And it's nothing to get upset about?
No.
Wonderful.
They're
So,
all very valid and they're all very individualized. Some of them are absolutely fucking terrible. Some of them are just like what I go through. Some of them are just, we're here to help and raise vibration, and we have an actual Earth mission to provide the best care we can for our fellow man. There's programs all over the place. This is just all the crazy shit we agreed to before we got here.
yeah, I see. And so so you have been basically in this program since birth. You just were born into it.
The human form of me, yeah, like they, it was an experiment of convenience, really. Like there was a solid genetic mix and a at-risk baby, so they took the opportunity to make a soldier.
Right. Okay. What about the tech and weaponry that you use? Can you talk a little bit about that?
It's very similar to the video game Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, and that there's a lot of biomechanical attributes to the suits that we operate. Um, much much like how somebody can have a hand replaced after it's been amputated with a robotic, we now have suits that have similar technology but as a wearable technology instead of a replacement, in that you can run faster, farther, grab more, lift more, do more, push, pull, whatever. These suits juice you up by about 100. And the weaponry is all very either plasma based or, as I was saying, frequency based. Frequency based is very heavily used on the battlefield. The plasma based energy weapons, like what they were testing, are really more just for a devastating impact, but on the battlefield itself, it's pretty much all harmonic weapons.
And does our government have some of this technology already?
The lasers and shit, but um, they haven't let them play with harmonic weapons yet. Uh, Tes- Tesla got close.
Oh,
Not
do you?
not
Uh-huh.
Elon Nikola. Like,
Yeah.
people associate the wrong thing with that name now.
No, oh yeah,
No,
for sure.
Tesla took away his death ray for a very good reason, because it really was.
Oh, wow. Um, the incident in Maui, was that our government using their weapons technology practice?
Uh, in conjunction with our little gray friends.
Oh,
That's where we got that shit from.
I was gonna say, what kind of technology did that come from?
No,
Yeah.
that's gray, and that has a lot to do with all the missing people. But
Did they take those people?
how do you think they paid for their new toy?
Oh, that's so sad. Did they take them for their melanated skin? What did they take them for?
The grays just took them to continue on. They use them as currency. They experiment on them. It was payment for a new toy. It's how we've gotten everything.
Oh no. Was that what 9/11 was about too?
Yeah,
What did they get for 9/11?
stealth bombers. Well, no, I don't know why I'm seeing stealth bombers, but
Hmm. They might be high technology. Interesting.
well,
Um,
the atom bomb was pretty easy to figure out how we paid for that one. We just
um,
used each other.
yeah. Yeah, everybody's talking about disclosure, but I just don't see the government allowing disclosure because there's so much that they're doing behind the scenes.
That's when this happens, the world's government doesn't have a say.
Right.
This has nothing to do with them. This is way above their pay grade.
Yeah. So he's been practicing all his life, preparing and battling. And so, what about the Star Seed program? So, is that not considered a super soldier program? Is that considered a Star Seed program, or how is that labeled? Where I'm involved, I'd like to know a little bit about that connection.
The Starseed program is a grouping of intergalactic conscious beings that have come in throughout the entire the entire universe, all of existence, really,
Mhm.
because of the fact that we things have gotten so corrupted down here. Source asked to level the playing field, and that would be the three waves. But certain individuals like you are consciously putting in effort before and after and during existence on this planet. That's why when we elevated our consciousness out of our bodies, we're able to see you, because you would have seen us in the state of before existence on Earth, right? You were basically a guide on how to get through the rigors of this existence.
Mm, yes.
And you were basically the day I saw you in class instructing the consciousness incarnate of the volunteers on how to descend upon the earth and become the human consciousness.
Yes. Because I'm putting in the effort now, it ripples through time and space, so therefore I'm there in the future.
Yes, just your your place in the ascension is much the same as it is there. You're guiding people on how to get to the higher vibrational states, except up, well, there, I can't say up, there you were showing us how to get down here
Mm,
to
interesting.
help to help us get everyone up. The
I
star
see.
seeds are placed around the planet basically as vibrational beacons, much like you would think of a web almost. If we can get the frequency of our emotional vibration high enough as a entire collective, it allows us to change along with the vibration of the earth. And
Yeah.
that's why the three waves came at different times in order to spread out over the entire planet.
Mm,
Everybody is where they need to be or will be shortly.
yes. Do you know what's going to happen April 8th with the solar eclipse? To be concerned about?
No concern.
Okay. It's just a normal day?
Yes.
Okay, good. Um, is there anything else for Don to know while he's here? What else would you like him to know? He didn't really have any questions. He just kind of wanted to see what his experiences were, because he didn't really have a lot of memories. So what else can you tell him that's significant for him at this time?
He actually does have the memories. The things he's dismissing as overlay or active imagination is actually what this really looks like. These are the experiences he's had. They feel real because they are.
Mm-hmm.
It's he already knows what all of this stuff looks like.
He agreed to it.
Yes.
Okay. Wonderful. Are there any other doors that he needs to go through, or is that okay for now?
That's okay.
Possible at this time that I could speak with Archangel Gabriel, the higher self of of Dawn. Can I speak with the higher self of Dawn? Can I speak with Archangel Gabriel?
I'm having a hard time connecting.
Out of that space. Let's go ahead and come back out of that space. I want you to come back out of that space, back out of that space. And I want you to go back to where you were on the beach. Do you see yourself there?
Yes.
I want you to imagine that your ship is going to come down and pick you up, and when it does, it's just going to be a small little ship. And when it does, let me know when you're on your ship. We're going to get you a little bit higher.
Okay.
We're going to do this quick and see if we can get a quick connection. I want you to take this ship as high as you can go. Go high, 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 high up in the sky through, the layers as high as you can get to where we can connect with your higher self. We're just going to raise you up to get you, maybe, you'll be in like a nebula or something. Just a place where you can just see the beauty all around you, and tell me if you can see anything like this.
Yes.
What do you see?
Looks like a galaxy.
Well, I want you just to focus on that galaxy and just gaze at it and just check out all the colors. And I just want to see really quick if I can get a connection with Archangel Gabriel. I'd like to speak with the higher self of Dawn at this time, really quick. The higher self of Dawn, can I please speak with you, please?
Yes.
For a moment, please. Let me know if I have a connection.
Yes.
Gabriel, now.
Yes.
Angel Gabriel. Higher self, listening. This time I'd like to connect with Dawn. Dawn, can I speak to your higher self, please? Do I have a permission to have a connection?
Yes.
Wonderful. Who am I speaking to?
Gabriel.
Gabriel, how are you today? I love, honor, and respect you.
Okay.
Are you a little tired today, Gabriel?
Yes.
Okay, well, I want to send you some love. Can I send you some love?
Yes.
Don wanted to find out some information about his super soldier connection. Um, did you take him? Did you want him to go to these scenes?
Yes.
Any thoughts or feelings? Archangel Gabriel? Am I still connected with Archangel Gabriel? Or
The phone is connected.
Huh?
The phone was wrong.
The phone is wrong?
It stopped.
It stopped?
Yeah.
Oh, is that what he's telling you?
No, we got disconnected.
Oh, you and Archangel Gabriel?
Me and you.
Oh. Oh,
I
you
couldn't.
couldn't.
Yeah.
Oh, weird.
It kind of shook me back out of it.
Oh. I wonder if he put you out of that.
I couldn't hear you.
Really?
Yeah.
That was odd. All right, just we're gonna try to close you out. Go ahead and just sit back and relax. And just tell me when you can see yourself back there on the ship looking out at the nebula.
Yes.
Now, I'd like to try this again. I would like to speak to the higher self of Dawn. Can I please speak to the higher self of Dawn at this time?
I think it brought me too far out.
Okay, no worries. I think hopefully Archangel Gabriel's not upset with me. He was like, "Yep, not talking to you today." Hopefully, he's okay with that. He did say he was tired, so you might have been under too long. That probably drained him. What you saw, I don't know. Never had this happen before. I've never experienced this, so I'm just gonna go ahead and just call you back, just in case you're still under. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go from 5 to 1, and when I get from 5 to 1, you'll be back in this time, in this place, and in this existence. So 5, all your energy is integrating back into your body, fully integrating back into your body. 4, you're starting to bring all your senses together. 3, your mind, body, and soul is all aligning now beautifully. 2, your breathing is back normal. Your fingers and toes are able to move. And 1, you are back in this time, in this place, and in this existence. Today is Tuesday, April 2nd. It is 10:08 Eastern Standard Time. And you just had a crazy experience, and I can't wait to hear all about it. So welcome back. Take some water, take a moment, gather yourself together, and let me know what that was like.
That was interesting.
Crazy. What
Yeah.
was how different was that for you than before?
Um, it was a lot more graphic. Like we've kind of danced around what I've seen, but I could actually fucking see, smell, taste, touch all of it. And it's fucking horrific.
Really?
Yeah. It's literally like watching a war movie in there. Yeah. like I kind of wish I had a better AI graphics program on my computer or on my phone because I could probably recreate what I could see.
Oh, write the
Yeah.
details down if you can, you know.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. 2099.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not that far away.
Did it make you cry?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
When especially when they were putting all the information in my head as a kid, like I could feel it. It fucking hurt.
My God. How do you feel now?
I just lost your sound again.
Really? Losing my
Yeah.
sound? That's so weird. What the heck is happening? Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
That's so weird that the sound is all of a sudden going out. I usually
One
could
of us
tell.
is tagged. One of us is tagged. Yeah.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
Mm. Well, I mean, you know, they're going to be watching us. They're always, they say they're always watching. They're
Yeah.
always watching. It's inevitable. They, especially us, they're watching us.
Yeah.
I mean,
It was interesting though, like when you asked about the part, did the government try to fake it? It literally looked like, you know, a horrible cardboard cutout and then the real fucking thing.
um,
Right? Because at first the government was trying to fake the invasion, then the benevolence came in and uh, everything else from the fifth dimension phased in as the lights went out. So of course the government's like, "Oh crap, we're fucked. We have to help those guys now." So like the
right.
government, the benevolent, and like the army were all fighting on the same side as against everything that had just come through in like the fifth density.
Did you see like the crackling and crazy shit like that on Earth?
Oh yeah,
Like
like
monsters?
Um, as close as I would say to monsters is like 9 to 12 foot tall reptilian bipedals,
What's a bipedal?
like bipedal, 2 feet, standing up
Oh,
like a human.
oh,
Like
right.
these things are like they look like a professional wrestler bred with a lizard that's 12 feet tall.
Are you sure
Yeah,
those weren't draconians? Because I heard draconians look like dinosaur people.
it may have been. All I know is they had like a big snout, like almost like a dog snout, but a crocodile snout. But they could talk out it, well, make noises out of it. Yeah.
Are these the same looking reptilians that helped you as a child?
No.
Do they look anything the same?
Not really. The ones that helped me as a child almost had like a turtley face,
Oh.
right? They look reptilian, but their face was more shaped like a turtle. With the ones that I was fighting in 2099 is like they have a pronounced snout.
I think those are the draconians because when I see the draconians, they have that big dinosaur
Yeah,
nose. But the lizard people have like, you know, either turtle people or they're like chameleons or they have that little faces with like snakes. I don't
yeah.
know. Oh wow.
Oh, hi, Bucky.
Hey Buck. Bucky. Hey Bucky Bucky. Oh
Hi,
my
Bucky.
God. So how do you feel like you got a lot of information?
I think so. Like, if she was to write out the base points, I could fill in a story and then she could transcribe it.
Yeah. You know, I wonder if you sat there with Spenja and you started to tell her about what you saw, if she could tap into what you see and be more and get more details.
we quite possibly could, because her and I do have like a shared imagination thing that we. I'd almost be afraid to do that to somebody because some of that shit's pretty fucked up.
Um,
Like,
yeah, yeah, you don't want her to see that. She's too delicate. That poor
well,
brat. She's already dealing with.
yeah, she doesn't need to know the ugliness of reality. Oh,
She's too innocent and pure. We don't want. We're more like the gangsters, you know. I'm like ready to go in. I shot somebody in my dream this morning. I had to wrestle the gun from them and shoot them, and I was like, this is so weird.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta let the dog in. I know I'm doing it.
Well, I don't know how much more you want to get from this. I think next time we should probably go to Archangel Gabriel first and ask him to give us information, because I don't know how he feels about this. The higher
Yeah.
self, sometimes they give me attitude. I've seen a few higher selves get a little sassy. So he might just, it might have been too much for him to see. He might have been like, I don't know, you know. I don't
Yeah.
know.
When I tell you, like, I could fucking taste it.
Yeah.
Like,
Maybe your vibrations were too low. Maybe from all of that making you sad, you weren't able to connect with him. Maybe that's what it was. That
that
you
would
were
not.
just low. Yeah. Huh. Well, shit. I got a little headache for that one. Well, I hope we were able to get some good information for you though, you know.
I definitely think it's a jumping off point, or maybe even a short story, because like I could probably fill in the rest of what goes in there now.
Do it. Yes. Now, yes, you take your time, fill in the blanks. All the information will keep coming back to you. And now that you've accessed those memories, new memories might pop up. You might have dreams now that will give you a little more insight, or now you'll be like, oh, I know when that one was, you know? So
Yeah,
that might help you. Well,
that
I
was
hope I didn't have you under too long.
no, that was kind of funny though about the memory with my sister when I was when I was like 5 years old,
Yeah.
because I actually remember that I was like barely 4 feet tall, and we rolled into town, and this dude fucked with my sister, and I beat up the school bully on the steps of the fucking local tavern when I was 5.
No way.
Yeah, and I did not know that came because of an upgrade. Because like I'm not joking, Maya. Like I'm 5'5", but I'm like ridiculously strong for my height, and I always have been. And nobody's ever been able to figure it out, and that's why. Like I'm not being gross. Spin will tell you the same thing. My muscle looks like somebody took a potato and stuck it in my arm.
Oh my gosh.
It's just, and I don't work out. Even when I worked out, it was ridiculous. But I don't work out now, and I'm still in like great shape, ridiculously strong. I have more upper body strength than somebody my height ever should.
Right.
Right?
Oh
I
well.
was a bouncer. I was a bouncer for 3 years, throwing around 6 foot dudes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yikes. Yeah,
And
mm.
no, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say my first husband, I think he was like 5'7". He was strong too.
Yeah,
He
you
was
get that the little guy strength. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you know, you got that superpower. But yeah, you know, I hope that oh, is your sister alive? You can ask her about that. Does she remember that fight?
Yeah, I can ask. My mom even jokes about me kicking the shit out. I beat that kid so fucking bad when I left that school. The teachers threw me a party.
Get out of it.
No joke. This kid was such an asshole to all of the teachers, and had been for like most of his life. We were only in Desboro for like a year. I beat the fucking back door off of that kid.
Dang, that's too
Like,
funny.
you have to picture, okay, there's my mom, my stepdad, and my grandma and grandpa in the bar. Me and my sister are supposed to be outside playing. Like, it was a tavern, pub, whatever, right? I come in, my knuckles are all dusted up, and I have blood dripping down my hands. And my mom's like, "What did you do?" And I'm like, "Kid messed with my sister." And I can pick on my sister all I want.
Right,
Mm,
right.
Nobody else can. So I beat 6 shades of shit out of that kid on the front porch of the bar. And at like 5 years old, walking in, my mom going, "Hey, wrap up my hands, eh?"
Oh my God, that's so funny. Love it.
So
Kick ass.
I actually think that was like directly after the first fucking encounter.
Yeah, right. For sure. For sure. Damn. Well, what do you think about that? The fact that you've been, since you were a child, it's not just later, it's been your whole life.
Yeah, that's something I'm gonna have to wrap my head around too. Like, yeah, I
3 different programs?
yeah.
Oh, I wanted to ask if you were part of the bad program, but I didn't want to ask. I forgot to ask.
I haven't seen anything about it, so I'm not pulling at that thread right yet.
Okay. Well, if it ain't showing up, it's not your story. So
Yeah,
that's good to know. It's all we need to know.
yeah. Oh,
Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I
I
will. Are we going to share this?
um, yeah, if you want,
Yeah.
we'll
All
share
right.
that one.
Do you
I'd
want?
maybe cut the beginning and end off of it because it got kind of screwed up there. I don't know
Yeah,
what jolted me out the first time.
I don't mind. Should we keep the commentary so they can hear what you have to say? Any
Yeah.
words for any words for the viewers?
Yes, book a session if you want to know about your past life or future life, apparently. So you should definitely check that out if you have questions.
Yes. Well, thank you, Don. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Well, we'll pause it right here and stop.